The road was almost invisible beneath the thin blanket of snow, stretching lonely and quiet through miles of open land. The sky hung low and pale like it had forgotten how to smile, and the wind carried a cold that cut straight through bone and memory alike. Cole Mercer drove slowly, his old pickup, rattling in protest as if it too wondered why they were still out here on Christmas. Him he hadn't meant to be. But then again, no one ever meant to end up alone. Cole was a man shaped by silence. Years on the ranch had taught him that words were often unnecessary, and pain was best handled without witnesses. The ranch itself, wide, rugged, and stubborn, mirrored him well. It sat miles away now, dark and empty, waiting for a man who had learned not to expect warmth from places or people. Christmas had become just another date on the calendar, one he usually worked through until sleep finally took him. The headlights caught something ahead. At first, Cole thought it was a fence post or a trick of the drifting snow. He slowed instinctively, squinting through the windshield. Then the shape moved. Two figures stood near the roadside, one tall and rigid with exhaustion, the other small, bundled in layers too thin for the biting cold. No car, no lights, just them and the wind. Cole pulled over. The truck idled as he stepped out, boots crunching against frozen ground. The woman stiffened, pulling the child closer, her eyes wary in the way of someone who'd learned the world wasn't always kind. Cole lifted a hand slowly, a quiet gesture meant to calm, not threaten. "You folks need help?" he asked. Before the woman could answer, the little girl stepped forward. Her cheeks were red from the cold, her eyes bright, in a way that felt almost out of place against the gray world around them. She looked up at Cole, studying him with the seriousness of someone much older. "Mister," she said softly, "is Santa late because he can't find our ranch?" The words landed heavy. Cole felt something twist deep inside his chest, something he hadn't felt in years. Not pain exactly, something sharper, more honest. He crouched down slightly so he wasn't towering over her. "That's a big place you're talking about," he said after a moment. "Lots of roads out here can confuse even Santa." The girl nodded, relieved, as if that answer settled something important. "I knew it," she said. The woman exhaled shakily. "I'm sorry," she said. "She's been asking that all night." "That's all right," Cole replied, standing again. "Name's Cole." "Anna," the woman said. "This is Lily." Lily waved, her mitten slipping halfway off. Anna's voice trembled when she spoke again. "Our car broke down a few miles back. I was just trying to get us somewhere." "Anywhere." Cole glanced up and down the road. There was nothing for miles. He looked back at Lily, who was shivering now that the excitement had faded. "You can't stay out here," he said. "It's too cold." Anna hesitated. Pride and fear wrestled in her eyes. "We don't want to be a burden." Cole shook his head. "No one's a burden on Christmas Eve." He opened the passenger door. After a long second, Anna nodded and helped Lily inside. The heater blasted warm air, and Lily sighed like she'd been holding her breath for hours. As they drove, Lily pressed her face against the window. "Is your ranch very big?" "Big enough," Cole said. "Do you have kids?" "No, ma'am." "Then Santa probably brings you extra presents," she said matter-of-factly. "Because being alone is sad." Cole didn't answer. He kept his eyes on the road, jaw tight. The ranch house appeared through the falling snow like something half-forgotten. One porch light flickered on and off, stubbornly holding on. Cole led them inside, the warmth hitting immediately. The house was simple. Wood floors, old furniture, the smell of smoke and pine. Lily spun slowly, amazed. "It's like a storybook," she whispered. Cole lit the fireplace, the crackle filling the room with life. Anna watched, arms wrapped around herself, clearly unsure how to accept kindness without cost. "There's a couch," Cole said. "You can rest." Lily's eyes landed on the small tree in the corner, bare, undecorated, standing more out of habit than celebration. "Santa hasn't been here yet," she said quietly. "Maybe he's waiting," Cole replied, "until everyone's safe." Later, Lily fell asleep clutching a worn stuffed rabbit. Anna stood near the fire, her face breaking as the weight of everything finally caught up to her. "I didn't know where else to go," she said softly. "My husband died last winter. We lost the ranch. I just kept driving." Cole nodded. "Roads funny like that." That night, after the house grew quiet, Cole stepped outside. Snow fell gently, settling over the land like forgiveness. He stared up at the stars and felt something stir. Hope, fragile but real. For the first time in years, Christmas didn't feel empty. Morning arrived quietly. as if the land itself didn't want to disturb what had finally found its way into the old ranch house. Pale winter light slipped through the frosted windows, touching the worn wooden floors and the furniture that had stood untouched for too many years. Cole Mercer woke before the sun, a habit carved into him by decades of ranch life, but this time he didn't rise immediately. He lay there listening to breathing that wasn't his own, to the soft crackle of dying embers in the fireplace, to the rare and precious sound of not being alone. For the first time in years, the silence felt gentle. He moved carefully from his room, every step deliberate, afraid the moment might break if he rushed it. In the living room, Anna slept upright on the couch, her arm curved protectively around Lily. The child's face was peaceful, her small fingers still curled around the threadbare, stuffed rabbit she'd carried. Through every hardship, Cole stood there longer than he meant to, something heavy and warm filling his chest. He hadn't seen that kind of quiet safety,